One thing that I've learned is that when we go to a Zungu's nation, they don't treat us the way we treat them here. He gets to enjoy white privilege back in his country, then he comes to Kenya and enjoys it to the max.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren
and I'm Maureen. So as you've seen in that first clip, you know, that palm colored person being carried around in that
that is an African country.
That is an African country, and I don't know why I'm suspecting that might be Uganda. Sorry to say, because they were going up the mountain to see some gorillas or whatever. So guys, do your research on which countries in Africa have gorillas, because we don't have.
Rwanda have them too.
Yeah, Rwanda and
but it was
Uganda.
An African country.
But it was an African country.
My question is, what does that short video remind you of? Where does your mind go?
Where does your mind go?
Because I know where mine is going.
Yeah, right now, and it has reminded me of the clip where Prince William tried it and the Caribbeans ran him out of town.
Lord.
But he tried it and he did. You know, this palm-colored person is being carried up the mountain, and mind you, this is a shorter version of that clip. It was longer, yeah. There were other black tourists. I didn't see any other black tourists being carried up that mountain like that.
I don't think her leg was broken, but
no, because in the second scene we are being shown this protective black man holding her hand up the mountain as if she's this fragile. Anyway,
Africans, you have to change that colonized mindset.
Anyway, this being said, it leads us to today's episode, which, guys, we want you to see this episode and then we come back and talk about it, of how black people treat palm-colored people better than themselves in these African countries.
Yeah, it's called worshipping the pale skin.
The pale skin.
Yeah, and this is a woman, a Kenyan woman, I have to mention, who is married to a white man, okay? And she just brings her own case to the internet and complains about how in her own country the white man gets a good treatment,
and in his own country he still gets a good treatment.
Yeah, and me, to be honest, I'm not even sympathizing with this woman, because this is a problem you brought into for yourself, and you brought it here into Kenya. But I want you to watch the video first, guys. Let us know what you think about this video in the comment section.
Yeah, but before we go, one thing at least I can say I'm proud of her for doing was asking the difficult questions, even when her husband was trying to invalidate her feelings and trying to make her feel like whatever happened to you was talking crazy, you know. Yeah, he wanted to make her feel like she was talking crazy. She knew what she was talking about, and she kept insisting, and she kept on asking him the difficult questions. But as Maren said, it was something she brought upon herself. As she lies in her bed, let's watch how the bed looks like, and then we come back and talk about it.
When we go to a Zungu's nation, they don't treat us the way we treat them here. He gets to enjoy white privilege back in his country, then he comes to Kenya and enjoys it to the max. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of this. Why? Because the first time I experienced this, nilikuwa nafikia tu ni stories za Java, but the first time I experienced this was when we went to Diani and we went to the Java, and we were, what did we order? Milkshake. We had the same order, and that the waiter came and told me a glass zimeisha, so utatumia plastic, and then they went and brought him a glass.
No, they brought you a glass,
yeah,
slid it across the table to me, and then gave you a plastic one.
Yeah, and then said, yeah, you can use a plastic. Mheshimiwa Mzungu, as if there's anything special apart from the color of his skin. There's nothing different from us, but yet they come to our country, we treat them like gods. But when we go to their country, they treat us like shit. Truffles.
We just treat everybody normal.
No. Black people are treated very poorly there, and we've seen it online. So today it happened in church, in the house of the Lord. So we went to a new church. The church is amazing. Yeah, you know, when you're new in a church, they tell you, oh, if you're a visitor, raise your hand. So we didn't even raise our hand, but they had spotted us because of why? So they gave us the card. We signed it. They said, oh, at the end of the service, the visitors will be shown somewhere. We went. Tell me why the lady in charge of doing orientation, as she was we were a bunch of us. She was talking to only the two of us. Mostly him. She literally gave her back to the rest of the people. Literally focusing on who? Mbona tujipendi? You know, it was so bad that he even felt awkward. He felt weird about it. Everyone else was feeling awkward. I was feeling awkward. I was feeling sad because there's another old guy who was there. He was trying to get the attention of the lady who was speaking, and the lady was just brushing her off. At first, she was like, oh, I've seen you a couple of times. You're not a visitor, da 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 da. And then the guy was like, I really want to speak to the pastor. And she was like, the pastor went. Like, and then when we ask a question, she really goes deeper and deeper and even says, oh, and his card was on top. Creme de la creme.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I saw it. And this is like, she's like, I'll give you guys a call. Yeah? You know, it's not even about money or anything. It's about the color of the skin. They just esteem white people. I mean, you guys, okay, I don't know a lot of white people, but you're a decent human being. But you're not God. I don't think you're a God. And I don't think we should treat these people as gods. Because do you treat me like a god?
Sometimes.
Goddess, do you treat me?
Sometimes.
No. Aside from the fact that I'm your wife. Like if you see a random black person somewhere, will you go and kiss her ass or his ass? Simply because they're black?
No.
We moved into a new estate. And for like 1 week, they didn't know me and they couldn't let me in. I would drive and get to the gate and they'll be like, no, we don't know you. But with him, he came later on. He just puts his white hand outside the window and they let him in. They don't even know if he's a thief, if he is a pedophile, nothing. They don't, as long as he's white.
It only works 3/4 of the time. Not always.
Has anyone ever told you, no, you can't, we don't know, you've never seen you in this estate?
No. But a quarter of the time I have to actually say where I'm going.
But anyway, we need to do better. We need to love ourselves. Yeah? We need to. And this brings me to the topic that I had a while back when you were not here. I was asking people. I was asking our fellow girlies, how do we know that what do these white men want from us? Why of all the races out there, you guys are looking for African women? Why?
Why are we looking for
Yes, specifically African. Or why are you guys not dating women in your country?
Well, I'm not dating women in my country because they don't want us.
Why do they not want you guys?
They feel like they're completely content with what they have in and of themselves and are mad that they want to make a big deal that they don't need a man. So
you think that we need a man?
I would like to think that you need me.
I want you. I don't need you.
Well, it's nice to think that
You want to be needed?
To some extent, we should be needed.
I mean, I think this is a conversation that we should have, because
men want to know that they're needed. If they're not needed, they can go elsewhere. What is the point of a man if he's not going to help fix problems, solve things, and help people? If there's nothing to solve, no problem to fix, there's no reason for him to be there. What the heck is he doing?
So it's safe to say that you guys don't come to African nations because you think that women are extremely submissive and they will kiss your ass and worship the ground that you walk on for a few dollars?
If that's true, some guys would probably want that.
Is that what you want?
No, I want you. If I was not a Christian and single and interested in whatever, then that might not be bad. But
wow. Okay, then.
So guys, welcome back. You know, I feel like this lady has mentioned a lot of things, yeah?
Right.
And, other than the topic we are here to talk about today is about how palm-colored people are treated differently in their own country, and then when they come to predominantly a black
society, they're still treated the same way. But if tables are turned, these very same palm-colored people, in their country, they treat you like dog poo. In African countries, they still come here and pretend to be good, but inside themselves, they're treating you like dog poo.
Imagine a palm-colored person who literally, you could be homeless in US, right? But so long as you have that white skin, you
in
come to Africa, you're
good.
Getting the God treatment. And I really, really hate this about Africans. You know, it's like, when will it stop? When will it get to a point where Africans realize, like, literally,
skin color is just that, skin color. Like,
nothing
there's
on
nothing
the stuff. Like,
superior
you
to
have
that.
to learn to love yourself, you know. know. And as I was saying, there's a lot of dimensions to this video, and the first one is about the race issue, how they were whitewashing this her husband.
Yeah,
and the second dimension was relationships. Let me just mention that, especially foreign relationships, when you're marrying a foreigner from a different country. Okay.
Yeah.
And so my question is, there's something she mentioned about, and I saw him getting offended. She said, I am not with you because I need a man. I'm not with you because I need you. I'm with you because I want you.
And I feel like she asked this question to trap him, generally to trap him as a man. Yeah, when she said, why are you leaving America or the Western countries to come to Africa to look for women? Is it because you think they are more submissive than your women?
And guys, before you continue, guys, I want you to answer this question as well, because I'd really like to know what foreigners are thinking, because I also at some point have a feeling that this misconception about Africa, or misconceptions or some truths to it. But you guys, personally, what are you thinking when you're in the country you're from, right? Do you think getting an African wife or woman, you're signing up for a submissive wife? Just be honest with us. Let us know in the comment section.
This has often been the point of culture shock to many men who've come marrying African women.
Yeah, you will get a submissive woman, but there are those ones, especially from cities, there are those ones who are not submissive, not like the way you
think. Like right now, a lot of things have changed in our community,
right?
And I think the point she was trying to pass across, that is just as per my interpretation. Of course, I could be wrong. The point she was trying to pass across is, if he can't handle the women in his country, furthermore goes on to talk trash about them, what makes him think he can handle women on this side? I think it's the point she was trying to pass across. Yeah, because she blatantly told him, I didn't marry you because I need you. I married you because I want you. Great difference.
Anyway, guys, moving on with the video. So let's come back, because we had digressed a little bit about the issue about worshipping skin. And I'm like, we normally tell you this kind of incidents happen a lot, especially in areas where you get
also white people,
tourists, right?
frequenting to those places.
Yeah, and my question is, Maureen, when they went to that restaurant, right, whatever happened to her, because for her to come out and do a video about it means it happened to her a lot, oftenly, that
it had to happen even maybe just once, but that one was significant enough for her to feel bad.
Yeah, and so I'm saying immediately they walked into this restaurant, and for those who, I know you understood what she's saying. She's saying they walked in, and the waiter who was serving them treated her husband with an extra special treatment, and she was given the black treatment, by them bringing the husband a glass for whatever they were drinking, and she was brought for a plastic cup. Imagine, guys, how does this happen in an Africa?
You're being treated like this by your fellow black person, a person you've come to promote.
Yeah, and that is one issue. The second issue is, immediately you witness this disrespect, why did you stand up and get out? Stop encouraging these behaviors, because how you respond to certain actions is what determines if it continues or stops. Because if many of you stop these actions, if many of you walk out of such kind of businesses, do you think they'll continue treating
black people like that?
Yeah.
So much as we usually say support black owned businesses, also teach this type of black people a lesson by just getting up and leaving, because they should value your money, whether it's coming from a white hand or a black hand.
The third point I want to bring across is, when this happened, this is your husband. He's supposed to love you,
and he's supposed to speak up for you.
Exactly. He should have said something. He should have said, if there are no clean glasses, let her have this, mine, I'll wait, right? That's a man. Stand up for your wife, right? But oh no, he was just happy.
Our mama's boy was just happy receiving the superior treatment.
Boy was happy. He was feeling special in
like
Africa,
a king in Africa,
right? For him, there was no problem. He was the guest, right? He can have the drink in a glass. His woman can just be treated anyhow. But you see, he still doesn't see no problem with it, because even when
his ancestors were used to treating melanated people like less than. So his wife, when the wife is being treated like a child, or better yet, like less
Like
than
a nobody,
him, he's like,
he doesn't see no
problem with that.
Yeah.
And then another point she noted was when they were moving to the estate that they're currently living in, she moved in before her husband, and for a better part of, was it a week or 2 weeks? Yeah, those guards there, they kept treating her like they didn't even remember her face. But this man, the first time he came, he just had to put out his white hand, is what she said. He just had to put out his white hand, and that was the ticket for him to go in without any problems. They didn't care if he was a PD or they didn't care.
Guys, at this point I'm also asking myself, this lady also is not free of blame, because okay, where we live, there's a lot of homes, there's a lot of families, and I feel like if you're friendly with the guards, you pass there, greet them, they won't forget you. It's
but
how
then
you
they
treat
won't
people.
forget you. And then guards have a lot of stressful time, and then when they are living there, you don't know what kind of home they're going back to, if they have food or not.
We are not defending these guards. We don't know the situation. All I'm saying is, if you treat people with
kindness,
does she greet them for them to remember her? How is her relationship with her fellow countrymen? You get what I'm saying? Or does she also feel special because
she's married to a Zungu, so she talks to you with stank in the air?
Right, it's why they don't remember you. Maybe don't greet them. I have to ask, what kind of a person is she? Because what I was saying,
guards,
they don't for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I feel like it's a long time for them not to have known she comes from that compound.
Either known you or even know the type of vehicle you're driving.
Exactly.
Because like, who doesn't know vehicles? Like, especially people who one day hope to have a vehicle or whatever, whether the vehicle is bad or whether the vehicle is fancy. I feel like if it's coming to a compound where you stay, or
they have to remember you. 2 weeks is a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this on the comment section. Personally, I say that she brought it up to her on herself, but I wouldn't sympathize with her. But that is something Kenya needs to change, and Africa as in general, and black people in this planet. You need to start anyway, I feel like I'm preaching this at this point, but you need to start finding greatness in your melanated skins and treat each other as mini gods, so that people can also value whatever you have. And then in the interview we carried out, relocating to Africa with our friends, our Black American brother and sister who came to Kenya, Sharifa and King. One thing King mentioned was that when they were also coming into Kenya, can you imagine the audacity at the airport? Palm-colored people, Indians and Arabs.
Yeah, they were lining up to take their luggage. But these palm-colored people, the Indians and the Arabs, none of them were lining up. They were just going to pass the black people in the line to take their luggage until
King had to mention.
Yeah, King had to mention something for them to say, all right, we'll go back.
Why do you feel you're special? And that kind of behavior, the entitlement, is what I see this husband moving with, because for him, if he
doesn't see no problem in what the wife is complaining about,
and he doesn't see the problem when it's happening, because it takes for him to say stop it, so that the wife can get a better treatment or equal treatment to him.
But I don't think he wants things to change. He loves being a king.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. We thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and consider subscribing if you're new to this channel. We'll see you on our next episode.
Right, share the video if you feel like it's gonna help somebody.